kind of like a fashion episode, and I am definitely not like a fashion guy. I know nothing about the fashion industry, but for some reason it just felt like this was the week where AI got applied to a lot of fashion stuff. So first we're going to talk about Shift Robotics using AI to create the world's fastest shoes. I guess they're shoes. They're kind of like wheels, but it's also not walking. It's something between walking and running. You'll see. The video's hilarious. I think they're cool. They could also be really nerdy. I'm not sure. Then we're going to talk about Stable Diffusion, one of my favorite tools, being used in a unique way to change fashion on them. So instead of doing text to image, what about text to image, but it wraps around you? And maybe that's how it looks if you wear some kind of a, digital thing as a shirt that can change. So we'll talk about that. And then there's a great publication from Roblox talking about how fashion is used in their metaverse, in the Roblox world. And I guess I was just mind blown with how many people actually just care so much about how their avatar looks. All right, let's talk fashion. Put my hair up for this one. That's why I'm growing out. That's probably why I'm growing out my beard, because it's very fashionable. So now let's talk about these goofy, kind of cool shoes. So Shift Robotics is using AI to create the world's fastest shoes.
Since humans first built tools, we've been chasing a dream.
Are they those cool shoes with wheels that like some kids roll around with and then take the wheel out? No. Are they roller skates? No. Are they roller blades? No. They are shoes with wheels. They can also brake or not go as fast as normal wheels would because they slow you down a little bit so you don't go too fast. Or they can speed you up a little bit too. This is what artificial intelligence has brought us. All right, top speed 7 miles an hour. Get ready to zip through your city soon thanks to AI wheel shoes. So let's talk about Genie AR combining Stable Diffusion, which is generative AI, into it, usually text to image, with AR so that you can wrap this image essentially and warp it so it fits and works like clothing in a virtual environment. So what's innovative about this is that they are doing the virtual try-on experience. So really what we're doing when we generate these images is we're trying out different things. I'll come up with an idea for a cool owl with like a white stripe sitting on top of a lamppost, and then you just generate it over and over again. You see what it generates, and then you get more ideas, and you think, oh, I'll just add this or this. But that will work really well with clothing, especially virtual avatar clothing, and that's what these guys are doing. So in this demo, which starts out with a plain white hoodie, it allows users to type in any phrase to generate an image that instantly applies that texture to the sweatshirts. So, imagine how cool that is when you go to something like, it's that website like Cafe Press or Redbubble or something where you can just like upload images, put them on shirts, and then send them to people. Boom. This is a great thing to connect. And now all of a sudden it's on a shirt, your idea, it feels like you, it is creative. You should have ownership over it because it's just as creative as other tools. And boom, there you go. You get a wardrobe completely customized to you. And as a man who isn't wearing my avocado shirt right now, but owns like 40 avocado shirts, I'm always thinking, oh, I'm going to this like really unique party. Or like meeting this person and they have this thing that they're into. I wish I had an avocado doing blank, right? So I will probably be one of the top customers. I would love to generate avocados in funny situations and really specific situations that I'm in. I will pay $20 for that t-shirt just to wear it and see the wow factor on the person I want to impress or the party that I go to. I love that stuff. I eat it up. 3 boxes like this, and they're all avocado shirt. Here's an avocado wearing some sunglasses. Look, an avocado for St. Patrick's Day. What's this? Look, avocado drinking coffee. Avo coffee. You never know. So if I go to a coffee shop or something, it's fun. Avo coffee. All right, but let's get a little more serious about metaverse fashion. So just to close out, I wanted to show you this interesting study that Roblox put together. Half of the survey respondents say that they are changing their avatar's clothing at least every week. That surprised me. I didn't know people were that into it. And for 2 in 5, self-expression via the clothing and accessories that they put on their avatar in the digital world is already more, in all caps, important than expressing themselves in the real world. I guess I'm surprised it's happening already, but I did think this world was coming. So I'm not totally shocked, but let's keep in mind that, it's just not my age group, but the Roblox kids are already thinking this way, and they will grow up faster than it seems like. They will grow up soon and set the trends for the mainstream very soon. Another highlight, another key takeaway in this was that people are treating others the way they're dressed. So they're signaling who they are, what they like, how they want to fit in, what kind of person they are, and how they want to interact. All the same stuff humans have been doing for millions of years. It's moving digital, and it's in a 3D environment. And in some ways, we've been sort of hampered by the 2D web and Web 1 and 2 and forums and just the flatness of Instagram. And here we are now dressing our avatar, changing and being more expressive than we really can be. And we can even choose the physical characteristics of the avatar. Is very interesting to see when the mind has this much control, how social dynamics are all going to come together. So out of their survey respondents, nearly 3 in 4 say they will spend more money on digital fashion, with 1 in 4 having spent from $20 to $100 or more on a single virtual item. So does Gen Z dress their avatar how they dress in their real life, or at least want to dress in their real life? And it turns out the answer is yes. They took this survey and asked them that, and 70% of Gen Z says their avatars dress at least somewhat like their IRL style, while equally as many users, 70%, get physical style inspiration from dressing their avatar. So there's that cycle where they're like, I put that on my avatar and I'm like, that looks cool. Maybe I should wear something like that to school tomorrow. And then they wear something like that at school tomorrow and they're like, ooh, this is a cool accessory. I'll go get that for my avatar. And it's just like do. So 47% that dressing their avatar allows them to express their individuality. 43% feel good about themselves in this process. 2/3 are excited to wear brand name virtual items on Roblox, and nearly half of Gen Z consumers look for digital fashion brands and designers to offer new and different clothing that they can experiment with. So there's your open invitation for Louis Vuitton and all these fancy brands, or even the low-end brands, to just jump into the metaverse and start, showing that same brand and all that meaning that comes with that brand in the virtual environment. And if you're a physical brand, could you ask for a more clear North Star to take your company? Like, I would be right on that. Be like, oh, do these things replicate instantly and you can still charge like a decent amount of money for them? Yeah, that's worth looking into. All right, so I'll close out on this big stat, a totally mind-blowing number. Over the course of 2022, inside the Roblox universe, which is much bigger than I even thought, over 11.5 million creators have already designed more than 62 million clothing and accessory items on Roblox. I would have thought like 50 to 100,000. Maybe you could have convinced me like 500,000, but 11.5 million different people all decided to make clothing, and they generated over 62 million accessories, a 25% increase from the year before. Even last year's number would have blown my mind. It's here. There's your fact. This is from the company that controls this ecosystem and this platform, and they know, and there's the numbers, there's your evidence. It's not if, it's now happening. There are at least 200 times as many creators designing clothing and accessories on Roblox as there are fashion designers creating physical collections in the United States. These are a lot of kids that are not even ready to join the complete workforce. I'm sure a lot of them are 16 to 18, but it's just like, that's crazy. It's 6 times as many creators as the estimated 1.8 million people that are employed in all of the US fashion industry across manufacturing, textiles, and other fashion items. So it's a whole crazy fashion ecosystem that's all digital right now. So use that. If you're an entrepreneur, maybe there's something there for you, some virtual t-shirts, or set up a virtual shop, or something. Just prepare for this tsunami of opportunity. And we'll see you guys in the next news cycle.